I'm Wolf from Healing Wolf Coaching, here to move forward with you along the path of recovery, through the jungle, over the mountain, and to the ocean again. So let's take a deep breath in of ocean wind, then exhale the night full of stars, visualizing all the stars just flying out into the distance, just scattering in the dark sky. So when it comes to recovery, on my own journey, I found that there was something that helped me in terms of my diet. And in terms of my diet, I feel like diet is not a huge factor for many folks. It's more of a neurochemical situation where your unconscious mind is creating protective sensations and fear is driving that whole thing. But we also have to think about what we're consuming, because a lot of foods are inflammatory. And so if those foods, which are mostly processed foods, are inflammatory, then that's creating more opportunity for, let's say, your unconscious mind and your nervous system to have something to agitate it. So if it's getting agitated by your diet, you're eating things that are not making you feel energetic, not making you feel good, feel healthy, then that alone can move the needle a little bit in terms of your mindset, in terms of you being able to show up with chronic pain or with anxiety and continue to say, I know I'm okay, I'm going to do well here. So an interesting thing happened with these different physicians when I was in my medicalization part of my journey. And the thing that happened was, one of the physicians chose to give me an injection. And that injection was of a substance that was supposed to drop my inflammation. And so that injection was meant to take my inflammation down in a specific area where I was experiencing the pain. And then I went to another physician, and this physician looked at my blood work, which the other physician already had, and said, oh, your inflammation is really low. Like, I don't know why she gave you that shot. I think it was prednisone shot, something like that. And so gave me that shot to bring down my inflammation, but my inflammation was already down. So that was a real clue to me that what I was dealing with was protective sensations generated by unconscious mind. Now, Dr. Hanscom and maybe some other doctors in this field will talk about neuroinflammation and how even negative thinking, especially fear, negative thinking around the condition that we're recovering from, can lead to more neuroinflammation, which leads to more sensations. So he looks at it from a very neurochemical perspective sometimes. And that is kind of an awakening too. So even if you're having negative thoughts, but you're eating and drinking some really anti-inflammatory foods, then theoretically it could help. It could help lower those levels of sensations somewhat and allow you to keep moving forward on your journey. So there are compounds that are, I don't know exactly what they are, but there are plenty of nutritional experts out there with studies they talk about on YouTube about which foods and which herbs will lower your inflammation. I think turmeric is a big one, and acetylcysteine, because it boosts your glutathione levels and that drops your inflammation. So when you drop your inflammation and you're on your recovery journey, that can give you an indication of what's actually going on. And the doctors can read your CRP levels, C-reactive protein levels, and see like what your relative inflammation is, and know that, and say, okay, yeah, it doesn't make sense to give this person a shot of anti-inflammatory because they're already in a pretty good state of of inflammation or lack of inflammation. Like that's not their issue. The issue is mind overprotecting by sending sensations. And sometimes that signal might bring some inflammation with it. Sometimes with a condition like CRPS, complex regional pain syndrome, that actually brings swelling. I had swelling in my foot. I had a doctor who diagnosed me with that. I had swelling in my foot, and so I noticed that some of that, and that all resolved over time using the techniques that I teach here on my channel. So today I'm just really reflecting on what can be done in terms of creating a diet that's going to be most beneficial. I would say that diet is going to contain a lot of fresh food, a lot of colorful food, blueberries, anthocyanins in the blueberries, purple sweet potatoes, any kind of dark beans, black beans, garlic is anti-inflammatory, onions, any of the, like broccoli, like a lot of these type of foods are going to drop your inflammation. In terms of teas, you got black teas, green teas, hibiscus tea I think is top of the top in terms of lowering your inflammation. I think Dr. Gregory even drinks it all day maybe. So he's got a lot of interesting videos on nutrition facts about anti-inflammatory diets. So Dr. Weil also has an anti-inflammatory diet, and he's a medical doctor who is alternative, so he recommends stuff that other people don't. He even recommended Dr. John Sarno's book, Healing Back Pain, if you have back pain. So check him out. He has a big beard, and he likes to go hunt mushrooms in the woods and stuff like that. So that's my take on nutrition on your recovery journey. I kept my nutrition really simple. I ate foods that I knew would give me energy because I had very low energy, and I also was bedbound for a long time, so I wanted foods that I knew I could digest well. I didn't restrict foods. I just ate the foods that seemed to perform well for me. And I've also had sinus issues, a couple sinus surgeries, so I didn't eat any dairy, and that gave me more energy and less mucus in my sinuses. And so overall, my diet's a little different than your average person. I only eat a small amount of meat. I eat wild salmon and sardines. I don't eat a whole lot of red meat. I don't eat much chicken. I'm an omnivore, but I'm a selective omnivore, and I try to kind of eat like our ancient ancestors who were starving a lot of the time and ate a lot of leaves and roots and stuff, and then when they happened to have a lucky run and hunt up a big bison or something, well, it was time to feast. So I do that on occasion too. I hope this was helpful. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. I love you, and I know you can do this. Like, you can recover. I've seen so many people, clients, friends, recover from sensations of chronic pain and anxiety, chronic fatigue, all this stuff. So you can do it too. If you need help and you want some one-on-one coaching with me, then head over to healingwolfcoaching.com and sign up for a free consult call. We'll chat and see how I can serve you. I'll see you in the next video.